Hola a todos, it's the March guy and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, and if you guys didn't know, our semester was compressed into 3 months, so I haven't been able to make time to do videos because of my tight schedule. But I miss you guys, and wow, thank you so much for the appreciation and views for my How to Learn Spanish video. So a quick update on how my Spanish is going. I'm still not fluent. I think I'm a long way to fluency, but I have been studying it consistently no matter how small the lessons may be. A lot of you guys have been asking me where and how I could find my language buddies, and this is the video. You see, this is something I've also struggled with during my first months in learning Spanish as well. There are actually a lot of language learners out there in the world, but there are only few people who are willing to help you, or those who fit into your study schedule, or those who have the same interests as you do. I hope after this video, you will learn something and eventually find the perfect language partner for you. So, I'll be dividing this video into 3 parts. First, I'll be telling you some prerequisites that you have to know before you decide to have a language buddy. Second, I'll show you how and where you can find a language buddy or enthusiast as well. And third, I'll be giving you some tips so you can make sure that you and your language buddy are working productively. So basically, the first thing I think about when I look for a language buddy is having a lifetime friend. So I know this may sound cheesy, but I don't think I can do a proper language exchange if I'm not friends with that person. Because I'm gonna have to talk about a lot in my life, and that means opening up also a part of myself. I know that it's easier said than done, especially for introverts who find that talking to strangers online is already a challenge for them. I myself is an introvert, but what I just think of is the fact that the language buddy I'm talking to doesn't know who I really am, who my friends and family are, and is at least tens of thousands of kilometers away from me. So there's no way he or she can spill my secrets or make fun of me. But it also goes without saying that caution is still necessary when talking to your language buddy. It's also really important that you keep an open mind, considering the fact that you're talking to another person from another country with different cultures and traditions. You can't do a successful language exchange without embracing the diversity that comes with the language. In a more practical note, however, I would advise that you have at least 3 months of serious language learning before you engage with a native speaker. These 3 months will help you have a grasp of the language and develop some basic phrases that you can use for the conversation. So, the internet is basically filled with tons of language exchange websites. However, not all are useful as well. The first website I would recommend is conversationexchange.com. I admit at first it kind of looks sketchy and weird with all the advertisements, but it's actually one of the most famous sites out there. Therefore, famous site equals more users equals more chances of success, right? So here we are at conversationexchange.com, the goldmine of language exchange users. So as you can see at the home page, there are multiple advertisements. At the start, the website's gonna require you to make an account with your details, so just go ahead and fill that up. Once you've done that, you can head on the left bar and click on search. So at the search page, you can see the different kinds of filters for you to describe your language partner, your potential language partner. So here you can see, you can choose what he or she speaks, different kinds of languages here. And also, you can also choose what he or she is learning as well. So you know what you can contribute. And for the country, you can just choose which country you want the language learner or the language buddy to be. So just want to remind you that in learning Spanish, there are multiple accents of Spanish. So it's advisable that at first you really have to know what kind of accent you're trying to learn, so you can know which country your language buddy is going to be. So in my case, I used to just click all in the country because I wasn't really sure what accent I was learning. And then after a few months, I decided to study the Spanish accent. So let's see. Let's speak Spanish or Spanish. Here, he is learning, he or she is learning English. And the country I would like that person to be from, let's say Spain, okay? In the town, I don't really mind that much, state or province. I'm not familiar with the geography of Spain, so I don't really care. And learning level from beginner to proficiency, just leave that. Okay, so for time zone, I just leave this at all. And for the type of exchange, I don't really choose something specific, I found out that with the conversation exchange, it's best that you not really narrow down your search, because if your filters are just as broad, then you can have more chances of having multiple people to contact. So age from, most of the time I choose people within my age range so we can still relate to the same topic, so that's around 20 to 25. Gender, all, you can choose male, female, or other. And sort results by last login. You have to click on last login because these shows the users who are most active or who are most recently active in conversation exchange. Once you've done that, you can click on search. And then you can see the list of people who want to learn English and who has a native Spanish tongue. So let's see. So here's the thing. When I first started out with conversation exchange, I was desperate to have a Spanish friend. So what I did was I messaged all the users of the most recent dates, because by that way I would have more chances of winning, right? So let's see. Andrea_M here last logged in at June 1. So that's still today. So that's a recent user. Amir F also logged in at June 1. So that's a potential language exchange buddy as well. And also, most of these people have logged in on June 1, so I have more chances of winning because a lot of people here are recently logged in. So which means that if I contact them, then I would have a good chance of having an email back. So in summary, just message as many people as possible so you have more chance of winning. So let's try making a message. Okay, so you can see how I try to make my messages to other users. So click on the message but icon here. So it's gonna bring you to another page, and yeah, there's a box here. It's kind of like an email format, and you can choose which font you want, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, so some tips on writing a message. Always remember to put the name of the person inside the message, because by that way the person would feel that it's not some kind of spam message, or it's not some kind of group message that we would just copy and paste to other people as well. Okay, so make sure to indicate their name inside the message. Let's say, hi Andrea, I'm Aris from the Philippines. After you've introduced yourself, just introduce a little bit of yourself. Just say something about yourself, and why you want to learn the language, or why you need a language buddy. So after you say, I am Aris from the Philippines, you just say, I have been learning Spanish for a long time now, and I was wondering if you could help me with the language. And after you've said that, you can also say that what you can give in exchange. So you can say, I can also help you with your English. So after you've done this, make sure to put in the message where you can be contacted so the person on the other end can see or can contact you immediately. In conversation exchange, the replies are usually sent through email. So you have to really make sure that you turn on your email notifications. And after you've seen that, then you can start talking as well. If you're interested, you can contact me through my WhatsApp. My number is 6391111. Just put your number, okay? After that, if you want to add more, like if you want to share more about yourself, then go ahead. Click the send message and wait. Remember that we have varying time zones, so he or she might reply at the afternoon or tonight. So after you've done that, after you've sent the message, you're gonna want to just copy this message and paste this on another person's profile as well. Okay, so, but remember to change the name. Remember to put a specific name so that the person on the other end won't think that it's just a generic message. So let's say that you've messaged around 10 people. So most probably 5 of those people are going to reply. which means that you at least have 5 chances of having a language buddy, and you're just gonna have to filter out within those 5 people. You can also talk to them at once and see who stays for the longest. To be honest, I think I've messaged over 100 people in conversation exchange during my first months in learning Spanish just to have a language buddy. And I think out of the 100, only 20 people replied. So another site that's also full of language enthusiasts is Reddit. Reddit has this mini groups called subreddits where you can have language exchanges or look for language buddies as well. Basically, I just make a post on the subreddit indicating what kind of language partner I want, from which country, and what she or he is learning. It's kind of like marketing yourself so interested language buddies can be friends with you as well. A good introduction like the one you made in Conversation Exchange also helps a lot as well. And once you message each other, then you can start to decide where you can talk, because the messaging in Reddit is not really that convenient. Okay, so now that you know where to look for potential language exchange buddies, here are some tips that you might want to remember in order for you to have an efficient and effective language exchange. The first one would be talk on a regular basis. It really helps when you and your partner can schedule a voice call or video call at least once a week, because this can help you practice more consistently your speaking skills. Plus, this can help you grow more comfortable with each other. When I was still stuck in quarantine, I used to have video calls with my Spanish friend almost every day because he also had nothing else to do. And to be honest, I owe most of my progress to these video calls. Number 2, have a pen and paper every time you guys talk. When you guys are talking, you're gonna encounter a lot of new words and phrases, and it's best if you can take note of all of these new words so you can add something new to your arsenal of vocabulary. You're never going to completely know the translations of your thoughts, so it's best if you write them down so it comes handy when you want to say the same phrase next time. Number 3, ask questions regularly. If you guys don't do voice calls or video calls, then texting each other with language-related questions can actually really help. Most of the people I've encountered have shown to me that they're more than willing to help to answer my questions, and the feeling is likewise as well. Which leads me to my next tip, which is number 5, build a bond. Like I said, having a language exchange buddy is also like having a friend. Check up on your language exchange buddy every now and then and show that you're really taking this whole language thing seriously. I guess one of the good reasons I'm friends with my Spanish friend right now is because after we had our first call, I didn't expect that he would text me back. But the following week, he texted me and asked if I wanted to do another call again. Your language buddy is going to be very far away from you, and you only have one way of communicating, and it's through that way that you can start a friendship. And who knows, you might be able to meet each other one day. Well, that's all for this video, guys. Muchísimas gracias for watching. I hope this video serves you well. As always, please comment any thoughts you might have on this video or tips you might want to share to others as well. But for now, hasta la próxima.